Close your eyes for a second. Imagine waking up 500,000 years ago. The air is freezing and your stomach has been empty since yesterday. The sun is about to disappear behind the mountains. In just a few minutes, the world will belong to predators. There are no houses, no flashlights, no warm blankets, no cooked food, and most terrifying of all, there's no fire. If you survive tonight, tomorrow you'll have to do it all over again. This wasn't a nightmare. For thousands of generations, this was simply life. When people think about the Stone Age, they usually picture humans sitting around a campfire, roasting meat and sharing stories. But that image only tells part of the story. Long before humans learned to control fire, life was completely different. Every sunrise was a new struggle. Every sunset was a fight against fear. Without fire, survival depended entirely on nature, teamwork, and a little bit of luck. So what was it really like? Let's spend one day living as an early human before fire changed the world forever. The first rays of sunlight slowly warmed the rocky landscape. You wake up on a bed made of dry grass and leaves. The ground beneath you is cold and hard. You didn't sleep very well. No one did. Several times during the night, strange sounds echoed through the darkness. Nobody knew whether they came from the wind or something watching from outside. Around you, the rest of the group begins to wake up. Children rub their eyes. Adults quietly stand and stretch. Nobody talks very much. Everyone is thinking about the same thing: food. There isn't any left. If your group fails to find food today, everyone goes hungry. Unlike today, there are no farms, no supermarkets, no refrigerators. Every single meal has to be found before the day ends. For early humans, hunger wasn't an occasional problem. It was part of everyday life. Archaeologists believe early humans survived as hunter-gatherers, constantly moving across the landscape in search of food and water. Your group begins to walk. Every step is careful. Every sound matters. Fresh footprints appear in the mud. Maybe a deer passed here earlier this morning, or maybe those tracks belong to something hunting you instead. Some people search for berries hidden among bushes, and others dig into the soil looking for edible roots. Children collect insects and bird eggs whenever they can. Nothing is too small to eat. Food is food. Hours pass. The hunters finally spot an animal. Everyone crouches low. They slowly move closer. One hunter throws a stone spear. It misses. The animal disappears into the trees. Just like that, the best chance for a meal is gone. Scenes like this happened far more often than successful hunts. Movies often show prehistoric hunters bringing home giant animals every day. Reality was much harsher. Many families survived by gathering plants because hunting was unpredictable. Eventually, someone finds a dead animal left behind by another predator. It isn't fresh, but nobody complains. The group quickly cuts away whatever meat can still be eaten. There's no fire to cook it, no way to make it taste better, no way to kill dangerous bacteria. Everyone simply eats. Raw meat is tough, cold, and chewy. It takes a long time to finish even a small piece. Scientists believe cooked food provides more usable energy than raw food. Without cooking, early humans had to spend far more time chewing and digesting their meals. Some researchers even think that learning to cook helped support the growth of the human brain over hundreds of thousands of years. Food isn't the only challenge. Soon everyone becomes thirsty. Your group follows the sound of flowing water. A river appears between the trees. Today, it looks clean, but appearances can be deceiving. Early humans had no way to boil water, no filters, no bottles, no medicine if they became sick, and every drink carried a risk. Still, doing nothing was even more dangerous. Without water, no one survives. As afternoon slowly turned into evening, Everyone begins searching for a place to spend the night. Despite what many movies show, not every early human lived inside caves. Some groups sheltered beneath rocky overhangs. Others built simple structures from branches, leaves, and animal hides. The perfect shelter needed one thing above all else: safety, not comfort. A dry place with only one or two entrances was much easier to defend if predators appeared after dark. The sun finally disappears. Almost immediately, the temperature drops. Darkness covers everything. This isn't the kind of darkness we know today. There are no city lights glowing in the distance, no windows, no lamps, and only the moon, if clouds don't hide it. Every sound suddenly feels louder. A branch snaps. Someone freezes. Another sound, closer this time. Children move closer to their parents. Nobody speaks. Then, a pair of glowing eyes appears beyond the trees. Maybe it's a wolf, maybe a hyena, maybe something even larger. Nobody wants to find out. Without fire, early humans couldn't simply scare predators away. Instead, they stayed close together. Some remained awake while others tried to sleep. Every hour was a gamble. If the group stayed alert, everyone might see another sunrise. If they didn't, morning might never come. As the night grows colder, the youngest children begin to shiver. They don't understand why everyone is so quiet. One small cry could attract unwanted attention. A mother gently pulls her child closer. She wraps the little one in an animal skin. Another family does the same. The adults form a circle around the children, not because they're comfortable, but because their own bodies are the only source of warmth they have. Nobody knows how cold the night will become. Nobody knows if predators are still nearby. Nobody knows if everyone will still be alive when the sun rises. For early humans, protecting children wasn't just an act of love. It was the survival of the entire group. Every child carried the future. Every adult understood that. Anthropologists believe cooperation played a major role in human survival. Unlike many predators that hunted alone, early humans depended on each other. They shared food, protected the weak, cared for the injured, and worked together to survive challenges that no single person could face alone. That cooperation became one of humanity's greatest strengths, long before cities, long before civilization, and long before history was ever written. Then, over many generations, humans began learning how to control fire. Everything changed. Fire brought warmth during freezing nights. It allowed families to stay alive in colder places. Fire cooked food. Meals became safer, softer, and easier to digest. Fire frightened away many predators. Suddenly, darkness wasn't quite as terrifying. For the first time, humans could stay awake long after sunset. Families gathered around glowing flames. Children learned from their parents. Hunters planned tomorrow's journey. Stories were shared. Knowledge was passed from one generation to the next. A simple flame didn't just make life easier, it completely changed the direction of human history. Today, we can create fire with the press of a button. We use it to cook, to stay warm, to generate electricity. It's so common that we rarely stop to think about it. But imagine losing it tonight. No stove, no heater, no lights, no hot meals. That's the world our ancestors faced every single day. Yet, somehow, they survived. Not because they were stronger than every predator, not because life was easy, but because they adapted, they worked together, they refused to give up, and eventually they mastered one of the greatest discoveries in human history. Without those early survivors, none of us would be here today.